Hello everybody and welcome to the first video of this channel focused on the playthroughs of Crusader Kings 2, Game of Thrones mod, and some other strategy games that I would feel like playing in the future. My name is Alex and all you have to know is that I'm a huge addict of CK2 and the best way to deal with my addiction is to fuel it more by creating a YouTube channel. So there we go. On top of that, I absolutely love Game of Thrones, both the show and the books. I feel very passionate about a lot of characters in this series. And to kick things off, we're going to start a playthrough of my favorite characters in both the show and the books, Queen Cersei Lannister of the Iron Throne. A lot of people hate Cersei, and they have absolute right to do. She has done terrible things in the lore. She has been a despicable individual to so many people, so many beloved characters. But I always found Cersei to be a rather tragic character, and a lot of the times I found myself understanding her motives, even though I did not agree with her actions. And so, in this playthrough, I will try to play as her, as faithfully as I can, to her characters in the books and the show, and try to do my best to win as Cersei Lannister. Now, it has to be said that winning as Cersei is easier said than done, because she has a lot of enemies. But before we get to Cersei's enemies, let us say a few words about Cersei's friends. And Cersei's best chance of surviving this war, as I think, is her twin brother and lover, Jaime Lannister. Some might say that the whole conflict of Game of Thrones has been set because Cersei and Jaime just couldn't help but screwing each other. But who we are to judge the affairs of the heart, right? Certainly Cersei thinks that there is absolutely nothing wrong of an occasional tumble between herself and her twin brother. So we shouldn't be too judgmental about this either. So there's Jaime. He's currently, let us switch to this map, he's currently in Casterly Rock, leading not an insignificant number of men of the Lannister army. 20,000 strong host has supporting us in this fight. That's good to see. Another one of the Cersei's ally is Qyburn. Let us try to find Qyburn there. There we go. This is Lord Qyburn, who has been a healer and a trainee at the Citadel of Maesters before getting kicked out for some highly unusual and untraditional experiments. As he once put it himself, he tried to understand the disease by studying the afflicted, which means experimenting on living people. So they didn't like that very much, they threw him out. But he ended up in 61 years of age as the Hand of the Queen, which we're going to make him right now. So where is Qyburn? There we go. Hand of the Queen to Cersei Lannister. And speaking of Qyburn's experiments, one of its results is also Cersei's fierce protector, the Lord Commander of Cersei's Queen's Guard, Lord Robert. We can see a custom trait being given him, the Silent Monster. Lord Commander Robert has promised not to speak until all her grace's enemies are dead and the evil has been driven from the realm. Now, if we know anything about Cersei, this commitment would probably last his entire life, because as soon as Cersei destroys one enemy, 2 or 3 more just pop out of somewhere and she keeps fighting. Well, that's a drawback of being a very unpleasant person overall. So finally, let's take a look at Cersei's traits. She's an attractive woman, an especially good-looking character. She has been known as the Jewel of the West, I believe, or the Light of the West, something like that. She's widowed. This trait should go away very soon. She's a familial kinslayer, which means she has killed a few Lannisters in her time, and we will get to that in a moment. She's very proud. Of course, she has been born a daughter of arguably the greatest Lannister who ever lived, Tywin, her sire. And she always knew her own worth. She knew that she is born to a prominent family, and it's only her right to rule people, especially the dirty peasants. Also, Cersei is quite deceitful. She's one of the most manipulative people in the Game of Thrones, which helps her fuel her ambitions. She's always thought that she should be queen. She always thought that she's better than her brother, who was given the sword and she was just taught to dance and smile and please. But she could do so much more than that. Also, Cersei is wroth, which she has every right to be, given how many tragedies she has survived. She has survived the death of her mother at a very young age, a brutal murder of her father, and the death of her 3 beloved children. So no surprise there that Cersei is quite angry at the world. She's arbitrary, she doesn't often have a good moral compass, and sometimes can't quite decide the right from wrong. Cersei is paranoid, which is understandable. She has suffered so many betrayals that it's only right she should be wary of her new allies. And Cersei is a lunatic for mercilessly destroying the church, the sept in King's Landing, killing a whole lot of people, among them the High Septon and her cousin Lancel Lannister. Last but not least, she has also killed Margaery Tyrell, who was the wife of Cersei's son. And upon looking out of the window, the young boy Tommen saw her mother's madness and decided that he could no longer live in the same world as his crazy mother and a world without his beloved wife. So Tommen has committed suicide, and this has cleared the way for Queen Cersei to ascend the Iron Throne.
I now proclaim Cersei of the House Lannister, first of her name, Queen of the Andals and the First Men, Protector of the Seven Kingdoms. Long may she reign. Long may she reign.
So we have set the scene of a very dark and melancholy reign of Queen Cersei, and now let's take a look at Queen Cersei's many enemies that we will have to deal with in this playthrough. And again, we must turn our eyes to the Queen Cersei herself, because who better to explain us her enemies than the Queen?
Daenerys Targaryen has chosen Tyrion to be her hand. Right now they're sailing across the narrow sea, hoping to take back her father's throne. Our little brother. The one you love so much. The one you set free. The one who murdered our father and our firstborn son. Now he stands beside our enemies and gives them counsel. He's out there somewhere at the head of an armada. Where will they land?
Dragonstone. They have deep water ports for the ships. Stannis left the castle unoccupied, and that's where she was born.
Enemies to the east. Enemies to the south, and Arya Sand and her brood of bitches. Enemies to the west. Olenna, the old cunt. Another traitor. Enemies to the north. Ned Stark's bastard has been named king in the north, and that murdering whore Sansa stands beside him. Enemies everywhere. We're surrounded by traitors.
Okay, we have gotten a perfect summary of Cersei's enemies. Now let's take a look at them in the game. Daenerys Targaryen, a dragon rider, has landed on Dragonstone and will eventually make her way to King's Landing to kill us. Or worse, feed us to her dragon. So that's one. Here down south in the Reach we have Lady Paramount Olenna Tyrell, who is of course upset about us killing her son and granddaughter, but these things do happen. They didn't have to be such pricks to Cersei, right? Otherwise they'd still be alive. The same can be said about Ellaria Sand. This woman has killed Cersei's only daughter. And of course, the Queen will exact her revenge at some point on this sand snake. And up the north we have the bastard Stark, Lord Paramount Jon, who should be fighting the White Walkers any second now. So he is not of a big concern to us at the moment. So here we have run through some enemies of Cersei, and now for the very important ally that the Queen has made through the marriage. King Euron Greyjoy of the Iron Islands. A very interesting character himself, and I would probably play as Euron in the future because he's just amazing. Just look at his stats. It's like unbelievable. He has 26 intrigue, which is enormous. And also he's an incredible commander and good at diplomacy. And look at his traits. He is attractive, quick, skilled fighter. Like, you cannot not love Euron as a character in this game. And he is our husband and supporter. He has fielded 35,000 men and 300 ships to help us take down Daenerys. I think that if anything is going to win us this war, it's going to be Euron. So I don't mind marrying Euron, we can always take care of him later. But now we need him and his armies and his fleet to destroy the terrible Targaryen offspring. Although it's quite ironic for Cersei to call Targaryens terrible, because people hate Targaryens because they wed brother to sister, and Cersei herself is screwing her brother, so... But Cersei is not known to concern herself with such particulars. So, the seat has been set. Now let's get to work. Cersei's ambition is of course to win the war, and the focus should be intrigue, because that's the only thing Cersei is really powerful at. And we'll need to maybe spy on Daenerys, maybe kill her eventually, or any of her supporters actually. That would be equally as good. So we have to deal with the council. We have a lack of master at arms. Bronn of the Blackwater can do the job amiably. You can collect taxes. Qyburn can just do nothing. We have a lack of a maester, but the Citadel should send us somebody very soon. You perform charity, so some of the Lannister bastards have lack in education. She likes martial, so I'm gonna give it to her. Okay, the maester will just hang in there. Crown focus on King's Landing, that doesn't do anything usually. Oh, this is interesting. We can auto-assign commanders, but designated regent of the Iron Throne. Now, the obvious choice would be Jaime, Cersei's twin brother. But we know that from the books and the show, Cersei starts to mistrust Jaime heavily closer to the end, because she sees him as being too much of a good guy recently. So I think we should appoint Qyburn as regent. He's our friend, he's a great supporter through and through, so we just make him the regent. If something should happen to us, if we become pregnant, go into labor, he can rule. He will do a good job, he'll know what to do. Oh, we have some prisoners. Are any of them super important? He doesn't give us any war score, so we can just ransom him. Neither does he Horace Redwine. And this is just, yeah. He doesn't even want to pay ransom, so he could just die, I guess. Can I kill him? Yeah, just kill him. Behead. Goodbye, Jalabar. And the rest of the prisoners we can just ransom to get some extra money. Okay, let's start getting our army together, because we will need every single man to protect King's Landing from Daenerys and her dragon. So let's select army, 30,000 men, not bad. Everybody should go to King's Landing to protect it. As for our allies Jaime and Euron, let's see how we want to use them. One of them should go siege Highgarden and hopefully take Olenna prisoner. This should take her out of the conflict and get us the opportunity to torture her and kill, which Cersei would like very much. So let's order, I think Jaime, let's order Jaime to siege Highgarden and take it. As for Euron, since he has ships, he can just get himself to Dorne very quickly and siege Dorne to take care of the Sand Snakes. So this is how we'll approach the war on the southern front. As for Daenerys, I guess we'll have to deal with her ourselves. So that's the timer run. Oh, we're in command. That is not good. Cersei surely doesn't want to lead armies herself. She would be quite terrible at this. Okay, we have a new maester. Very good learning. So he should take care of us fairly well. He can just serve the court. Perfect. The dishonorable Lord Paramount Peter Baelish has failed to answer my call of arms and has taken side with the rebels? Peter! This is disgraceful. Peter Baelish is supporting Daenerys? Let's just get this straight. So, Littlefinger obviously wants to sit on the Iron Throne. That's his entire arc in the show and in the books. And in the game, he now decided to support Daenerys. So he thinks if Daenerys takes the throne, it will be easier for him to take the throne from Daenerys than from me. Sir, maybe you have spent too much time in the mountains, up in the Vale, breathing too clean of an air, because something is not right with your head. This man should have been supporting me all alone. But no, instead he will support Daenerys and we will crush him as well. A vacancy has become available in the Queen's Guard. 7 swords must guard the Queen. You must choose a replacement. I want the best knights of the realm, please. 80 combat skill, 85, 90. Florent Buckwell, you should do quite well. Refused, you insolent boy! How dare you refuse the Queen's Guard? This is the biggest honor you're gonna have all your life. Okay, just leave him. Leave him in his stupidity. Cersei doesn't care. Okay, we are having some problems here in the Stormlands, so let's dissolve these armies, because they will just get destroyed by by Baelish. So this army should be destroyed as well, because it's heading straight into the enemy army. This one too. You go there. You take this route. Okay, the logistics have been sorted. Oh, Euron is taking out some of the southern men. Always nice to see. So while our army is... Okay, this is annoying. This is very annoying. This army will get screwed unless we come in and help. Yeah, let's actually do that. Let's come in and help and defeat this small army. Okay, he doesn't want to come. All the better. So, Queen Cersei has inherited High Lordship of Rosby and other titles from Lord Gaz of Rosby. So this man just died of pneumonia, and Cersei has taken the castle. Very nice. So one more knight to guard us in the Queen's Guard. 85 combat, 110. This is insane. And he accepts. Beautiful. We have a good knight at our court. So Lord Giles Rosby died without leaving any blood relative, as clear heir to the High Lordship of Rosby. Therefore, it falls to you to settle the inheritance of Rosby. So we have three options. Either we give the Rosby to his kin or some other relative, or we can take the Rosby for ourselves. And seeing Cersei as kind of a nothing to lose person, we're just gonna take it. I mean, Cersei is already a tyrant, so what's more? We're seen as tyrant in the Seven Kingdoms, we can just embrace it. And actually, this is one of the things I love about Cersei, because she, unlike some other characters like Daenerys, she doesn't hide who she is. She always accepts that she is a terrible person, she is a tyrant, she is manipulative, and ultimately she doesn't want to make the world a better place, she just wants what makes her feel good. And even though it's terrible, it's a terrible way to live, but she embraces it and doesn't lie about her own nature. So now we have a message from Lord Jon Stark. Hello there. So, wait a minute. So Lord Stark, this bastard boy, has proclaimed himself king in the north, has declined to help me against Daenerys, and now asks for my help against the White Walkers. Well, sir, you can stick it and fight dead yourself, and I will just sweep in and take what's left of you. So another traitor. All is good. So here, 85 combat skill, that's good enough. You can just become the Queen's Guard. So Euron should not be sieging Highgarden. He should be making his way to the Dorne. Okay, a couple more traitors. You can just stop being useless and disperse. Where is Daenerys? Why is she still not in King's Landing? Oh, there she is. There is Daenerys. Okay, she has disappeared. Okay. I guess we'll see Daenerys soon enough. We will see her soon enough. Going to hiding? Is anybody trying to kill us by any chance? What? Euron! I knew I couldn't trust this Greyjoy bastard. This Ironborn. They're always up for blood and plunder, and now he wants to kill me? To do what? To become king himself? We can't allow this, surely. You have to end the plot. Well, he doesn't want to, he doesn't like us very much. What to do about this? I guess we'll just auto-stop plots, because this will help maybe discourage our own courtiers to join the plot, but Euron is very good intrigue man. I need to kill him. I need to take care of him in some fashion. So let's spy on Euron. Maybe we can kill him if the chance arises. Okay, This is our army, 27,000 strong. Let's assign commanders. So the leader should be Jaime, followed by Foley Presta and Davin Lannister. That's a good bunch of commanders. So, elsewhere in the realm, Euron is sieging Dragonstone. Even though he's trying to kill me, he's been very useful. He's sieging Dragonstone. Hopefully he can capture Daenerys herself or some of her important people. Euron is also sieging the Sun Spear. Very nice. He's making his way down there with the remainder of his army. And here Jaime is approaching Highgarden. And now, Jaime, it would be nice if you just kill this army while you're at it. But I guess he's too thick to realize that. Well, if he ain't gonna do it, we will. But first, let's win this petty fight against Lord... What? What is even that name? Chatterin. This is not an important house. We can destroy him easily, and we did. Surprise. Okay, also, we have Lord Paramount Edric Baratheon, who is a bastard of my former husband. What a nice way for the game to send an insult our way. The bastard of my Robert. He's also joined Daenerys. Maybe we can just kill his army now, but also he's occupied with the war against this Aegon host. So we just leave him. We will go and defeat the armies of Lady Olenna. And then we will take care of this Daenerys army who is sieging Mon Hill. Okay, let's do that. So far, we are spying on Euron, because he wants to kill us. Okay, can you just stop back in the plot, please? Thank you very much. Because to die now would be incredibly disappointing. So, while we are spying on Euron, maybe we can just start potentially killing Daenerys? Can we kill Daenerys? No, not enough percentages there. Okay, just go and destroy this army. So if we can't kill Daenerys, who can we kill? Ellaria? No. There's no point killing Olenna. She's 73, so that's okay. We can Oh my god. Oh my god. This is a huge problem. I can't even begin to describe how huge this problem is. 20,000 men, and not just any men. Bear in mind, this is the army of Dothraki and Unsullied, one of the best warriors in the entire world. And what's even worse, Daenerys Targaryen is leading the army herself. And she has a dragon. So I don't think we can actually take care of her on our own. We will need support from either Jaime or Euron. And since Jaime is the closest, we might just wait until Jaime takes the Highgarden, and then we can go and kill this host of Daenerys. Okay, Daenerys has split her army. What has happened there? Is she coming for us? Hope not. Hope she's not coming for us, for this army. Okay, while she's doing something strange, we'll go and destroy this host. Okay, we have so far 13% in favor. We have been winning some battles, so that's good to know. Okay, some lords are joining us. Okay, Daenerys is there. Can we capture her, please? No. Okay, that's fine. We can assault this and liberate Mon Hill. Decent. Okay, Daenerys has separated her armies once again, so she's being stupid, which is excellent for us. Your certain Jason has discovered charging money for various religious favors. That's alright, that's alright. I just couldn't be bothered. Okay, this is the Vale army. That's what it was. Peter Baelish. So we will destroy this army first, and then come down on Lady Olenna. My twin, Lord Paramount Jaime, has avoided me for some time now, and the rare occasions when we meet have turned from the nights of passion I remember to evenings of arguments and disagreement. It did not come as a shock when he told me he no longer loves me, but it hurt more than I thought it would. Jaime, Jaime, Jaime. The love of my life. Yet another betrayal suffered by Cersei. How ultimately disappointing and hurtful. Well, maybe from now on we will not trust Jaime as we used to. He says he doesn't love me. What is stopping him from betraying us next? So we'll take care of Jaime probably when the time comes. Dangerous factions depose Queen Cersei? Jaime also depose me! You traitor! We are the last Lannisters! The last Lannisters you count, besides our useless dwarf brother, and you want to depose me and take the throne for yourself. This is intolerable. Okay, well, there's only 1% chance I actually imprison Jaime. But Jaime has to be dealt with. We need to deal with Euron, with Jaime. It's all falling apart. We can trust no one. The only person we can trust is Qyburn. He's just a maester. He's just a hand. He's not controlling a land. He's the only one we can trust. Him and his silent monster. Very, very dark times are ahead of Cersei at this moment. So how can we deal with Jaime? Because I really don't want to fight a war against Jaime now as well. Because this would suck. Even though we have money, we can hire some mercenaries probably, but fighting 2 wars is just too much. So let's see there. Maybe we can spy on Jaime instead. We can plot to kidnap him. Let's see if we can actually find some decent help kidnapping Jaime. So we have some support from his sworn brothers. Okay, we have some High Lord as a prisoner. Very nice. We can get some more money by ransoming. Oh, this foolish idiot. Why are you fighting a host bigger than yourself? This makes no sense. Let's come in and help. Okay, so plot to kidnap Jaime. Osfrid Kettleback should help us. T-Bolt should help us. Not many else. Let's see where this gets us. Will it get us over 100%? No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. So what to do now? And Jaime has married the Bracken girl. I've had enough. I've had enough of my twin traitor. Jaime will be dealt with. This is intolerable. First he says he doesn't love me, then he marries this stupid wench, and now he wants to depose me. Intolerable. So, there is one plan that I have to get some more plot power. So let's see, we have the court, our court. Let's select women who are not married and sort them by intrigue. So we have Serena Lannister, who is not married and who is my cousin. So first things first, we need to make sure she loves us. And how we do that? Money and artifacts. So let's give her some useless artifact like this book. Like, who cares about the World of Ice and Fire? So give her this book. Okay. When she accepts this, she should love us fairly well. Okay, she loves us, 21%, 21. Let's give her another one. This won't increase her opinion further. Okay, that's fine. 21 is enough. Now we marry her to somebody from Jaime's court. So let's see. Who is at Jaime's court that's not married? Oh, this is terrible. No one who doesn't have the noble lineage, so we can't actually marry. Okay, that sucks. Well, let's chase this Dothraki horde. Hopefully we'll defeat it. Oh my goodness. I think Euron Greyjoy has just single-handedly won us the war against Daenerys Targaryen. We're at 100% in our war for the Iron Throne against Daenerys. What a way to end the episode. There is only one queen in Westeros. And it's not you, child. It's Cersei of House Lannister. And this will be the end of this episode, and next time we will see how exactly Cersei will deal with her prisoner Daenerys and all the other lords and ladies who have risen up against the rightful queen. See you later.